important, c'est ça fait venir pour servir nous. Il y a des degrés en business et sont qui déjà apprécié plus de 3 billions de dollars dans South Florida fait real estate là. Donc on vote pour monsieur avec extrêmement important. Now, could you quickly give me a little view of the property appraiser task for my community to better understand what is the main concern, your main priority, your main job that you do in Miami-Dade County?
Yeah, well, there's a few things. The office is very, very important. People don't fully appreciate or understand what the property appraiser does. But there are over 900,000 properties in Dade County, and every year the appraiser's office is tasked with having to assess those properties for tax purposes. So if you pay real estate taxes, the property appraiser's office is the one that assesses your home in order for you to pay your yearly tax bill. Not just that, if you own a business, you receive a bill from the property appraiser's office for personal property and things you have in your office, desks, computers, chairs, etc., etc. You need somebody there that knows what they're doing, more importantly, but is going to make sure that people are being assessed fairly. The reason I say that is because last year over 70,000 appeals were filed with the department.
Wow.
That's 70,000 people that thought that they were being overassessed. Nearly 50% of those, somewhere around 47, 48%, were actually correct and they were being overassessed. So they were paying more taxes than they should have. You need to have somebody there that knows what they're doing and is going to make sure that the public is not being overassessed, that everything is fair and they're not having to pay more than they have to.
More than 58,000 Haitian vote each year in elections, and I have 17,000 of them. And I'm urging, and my brother here, my son here, Rotschill, urging everybody to vote. What's your number again?
Punch number 67, Carlos Gobel in Spanish, and it's number 67 is the punch number.
Number 67, and Carlos, for the short amount of time, I would like you to come back tomorrow, Friday, and as well as Monday and Tuesday. The reason being is you have so many qualifications here. I want more detail for my people, and I'm urging everybody that's voting Dr. Smith Joseph to support you. The reason why is you migrate just like him. You become somebody just like him, and you need to go back to your community just like him. So I'm encourage you, just like my son in college, to go do what they have to do and help out the community. And your punch number again and the phone number if they need more info.
Well, punch number is 67. Phone number is 305-986-2428. 305-986-2428. And I just want to touch base one last thing.
Sure.
Dr. Smith Joseph is an inspiration to the community, and I think it's very important. Somebody who has attained a certain level of success personally and professionally, and he's a doctor, and he's coming back to serve the community, I think speaks volumes. And that's the type of commitment to the community that we need to continue to show, and you need to give back. So I'm very proud of Dr. Smith Joseph. I'd like to do the same thing, because the moment that you've achieved a certain level of education, of professional success, it's your responsibility to give back. I'm not a career politician. I don't want to be anything other than property appraiser. But this is my way of giving back, and I want to make sure that somebody who's qualified is handling that office. So punch number 67 if you can. I humbly ask for your vote. Carlos Gobel, thank you very much.
As a right man of Dr. Smith Joseph and Anis Blemire, really do take this seriously, your concern, and we will urge my community to vote number 67 at the library for Carlos Gobert. Thank you so much, Carlos, and we get to speak again tomorrow. And thank you so much, Rotschill, for the extra time.
Thank you very much.
Bon, mais parti, nous t'attendons.
Wow!
Rotschill Anderson,
We'll get to speak and we'll get to speak in production.
Papada, business, mais yo, Rotschill Anderson, Ninja Civic, SVAM, all right, guys, come on, take over.
Bonsoir mesdames et messieurs, salutations spéciales à vous tous. Welcome to the Business Corner. You are listening to Rotschill Anderson Show inside the Business Corner. Gardez l'écoute. We'll be right back, mesdames et messieurs, after this music. Oh, agora vai lá. Oh. Yes, so going for welcome to the Business Corner. You are listening to Rotschill Anderson Show inside the Business Corner, 2h30, 3h. What are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about a lot of good information. As usual, et ce que nous là, nous toujours bonne information, je vous dis. You know, bagage que nous pourrons parler très important. I am going to speak with Councilman Scott Galvin on the top of the half hour. Ok, nous pourrons parler ensemble avec Scott Galvin parce que nous connaissons que lui-même personnellement, il a endossé Kevin Burns. Moi-même, dans les connais exactement pour qui ça, c'est Kevin Burns, il choisit pour l'endosser. Est-ce que c'est parce que Kevin Burns c'est blanc, pareil et tout ça, ou bien des dit ou qui raison qui fait que l'endosser Kevin Burns? But instead, au lieu que les endosser Marcellus, au lieu que l'endosser Mdekadi ou au lieu que l'endosser Dr. Smith Joseph et tout ça, but guess what? Nous pourrons parler ensemble avec Scott Galvin, so that way we know exactly why he actually endorsed Kevin Burns. I'm dying to know. As far as I'm concerned, just like you guys are dying to know, that's one thing we're gonna discuss. Now, here's the best part. I will never get tired talking about corruption inside the city of North Miami. Simple as that. As a matter of fact, you know what, today I'm gonna put it this way. If you work inside the city of North Miami and you feel like that you've been violated, you feel like there's corruption going on, you know anybody that's doing corruption, let me tell you something. Your only chance to stop the corruption is by calling me Rotschill Anderson Public, and you know I will put it on the air. Call me directly 305-922-3034. 305-922-3034. I need to know if the city manager is doing his job, if the mayor is doing his job, because as far as I'm concerned, when there's corruption inside the city, who pay the consequences? You that cannot, you that's struggling, you the taxpayer, pay the consequences. This is why the show is what it is today, and this is why I am Rotschill Anderson inside the Business Corner. As a matter of fact, the Christian, let me tell you, Jesus is coming right now, and there you go, here's your Jesus. Right now, probably, and then later on, then the next minute or so, after Jesus finished talking with the community, and then we're going to talk with Scott Galvin, he's already on the line waiting. Thank you guys, God l'écoute. You, Christian, you serve. Mesdames et messieurs, you are listening to Rotschill Anderson Show public. Pour capable télécharger sur notre téléphone, c'est 213 401 0042 213 401 0042. Et vous pouvez capable regarder show en live creolnation.com, KREYOL Nation NATION.com, KREYNATION.com, creolnation.com. Vivant la mer rouge, perdu pouvoir. Méchant yo perdu pouvoir. Pharaon perdu pouvoir. Méchant yo perdu pouvoir. Méchant yo dit yabay, méchant dit yabay, Kasa Major Kaonabo. Et bon, rapidement, on va finir ensemble avec Musique Jésus. Et rapidement, il faut nous passer ensemble avec Scott Galvin, because this is one person. C'est un monde automatiquement. Et quand il s'agit, when it's come to transparency, moi-même, as you already know, that's one thing. Et Scott Galvin never, at any given time, pay me to be on the show. And at any given time, any questions I have regarding the city, regarding the way that government is, the way the city is moving. This man, I have great respect for him. I don't care about his person. I have great respect for him. Just the fact that, c'est le nègre vrai, mesdames et messieurs, inside this community, I want you guys to know. Scott Galvin, he's the most respected councilman in his community with his constituents. You know why? Because of his transparency level. This is the reason why. I'm not flattering the man. He never give me any money. He never support my show. I never asked him for any favor. I never need anything from him. But guess what? Upon information, when it comes to information, for me to know exactly what's going on inside the city of North Man, this is one man. Well, of course, guarantees also. But guess what? This man always an open book. This is true transparency. And let me tell you something. I just called him right now. How you doing, Scott? Councilman Scott. Well, just I just want people to know, just the way that I know the first time that I sat down with you, and I remember it clearly. And this man did not know me from Adam. I walked inside his office. Since I know he was a consul, he is a councilman. And I walk in, I set up an appointment with him, and I went to see him. And every single questions I asked, Negla blank, he gave me the answer just the way that I asked the questions. Don't hide nothing, no like all kind of transparency. Since then, I say, you know what? This man. You gotta have respect for somebody like that has such a great, that's highly respected, and highly respected in his community and his constituency. Now, here's my first questions. I don't have too many questions for you today. I'll probably only have two. I know you're busy. You've been waiting on the line for me. Now, why did you support? Well, beside that, you're gonna say good afternoon to the community, things like that. Then I go on. Go ahead. Yeah, yeah. All right. Okay, now let's do it. Why did you endorse Kevin Burns instead of endorsing Marcellus? That was okay. Instead of and supporting Marcellus instead of endorsing Dr. Smith Joseph.
Sure. I enjoy a friendship with Kevin dating back almost 20 years, maybe even longer. So it has nothing to do with Marcellus, who I served with and think very highly of, and Dr. Smith, who's a great public servant, has a lot to do with my friendship with Kevin. But if you want specific political reasons, I can point to the new North Miami High School, the new North Miami Middle School, the new
Not Miami, the big school. This is
Alonzo
the county
Tracy
school.
Morning High School, and the new Arch Creek Elementary. If Kevin Burns was not mayor when those schools were built, we wouldn't have gotten those schools. He single-handedly would go downtown to the school board every day and badger them to build us new schools. Not rehab our old schools, but build us new schools.
Oh, I see. So that, I mean, beside the friendship level is the fact that the new high school, just the middle school, things like that apparently he put a great effort for these things. So that's the reason why you driven just to endorse him, just not only based on the relationship, based on friendship, anything, but the fact that just he delivered, and then the tenacity that he put to make sure that the school board built a new school. And apparently a lot of people may not know about it. And then just for people to know, I'm not doing a campaign for Kevin Burns. As a matter of fact, just I'm not. But it's just the fact that a lot of people saying, just people will just I see like people have doubt in their mind, and why you are supporting him. So that's the main reason why. My next question is to you. Now, let's go, and then in the level of corruption, and that's going on inside the city of North Miami. And who you think between those three candidates it will be more, and I would say more open to dig deep inside the city to make the city run without any kind of suspicious of fraudulent activities or any kind of fraudulent activities whatsoever. Between those three guys, who you think will be more is more enthused to do that? but what I don't understand, why they did not do that before? Why it takes that much time if they see it was such an urgency to do it? And because I know the reason why I'm asking you that question is because it's the fact that I know you've been pushing for audit for quite a while, for quite some time. But guess what though? Kevin Ben was inside the city. Most of this was inside the city. Why wasn't it ever get done?
So you're right. I wish that people had been singing this song for the months and the years that I have. But yeah, Kevin was first out on that issue. I'm just glad everybody's on the same page on that issue now. Who do I have the most confidence to be ready to hit the ground running from day one? Obviously, that's Kevin. I mean, you think about it. This person who gets elected next week is only going to be in office for.
But keep in mind, but when it's come to his financial credibility, also that's in jeopardy. Also, I mean, like his financial stability is not really up apart. So I mean, like, how can somebody with just? I mean, like they say, as you see in the newspaper, things like that, the situation that he's facing, things. How can somebody just in facing tough situation like that? Then we can say, okay, this is a person that can really bring a stability, less corruption in the city. Don't you think? Also, that kind of like. Hey, I'm definitely one of them. I mean, that's one thing that, as a reason why, as a matter of fact, I just request. But here's my thing. And me personally, I endorse Dr. Smith Joseph. Okay, I endorse Dr. Smith Joseph, and one of the and the reason why I endorse him is the fact that his caliber, he's successful in business. You know, he's been in the community for a while, giving people a job inside the community, paying tax inside the community. You see what I'm talking about? And also he has a great financial stability. And another thing of it, he doesn't have no special interest people behind him that where he's gonna have to be. Sometimes the politician, the elected the official, they come clean, but the people that they have to do work for make them dirty. So I don't think in his situation, that's the reason why in his situation he doesn't have any space to really give any people that have any special interest for him to. But we cannot afford another chaos just like that happened, just to the last mayor. We cannot afford it. So therefore, since we cannot afford it, I'm going for sure with somebody with great financial stability. That's the reason why me personally, I choose to endorse Dr. Smith Joseph. Now, here's my thing. My next question is my last questions for the day. Now, I don't understand this. How this happened in your city. And somebody on ka travail dans city qui fait fraud, somebody working inside the city that, let's say, they under ethics investigation for cash advance. Just as you know, the Miami Herald had the paper regarding Dr. Claude, regarding just the mess and cash advance, things like that. Somebody with low credibility, things like that. You saw the paper at that time, right? Okay, now, and as far as I'm concerned, based on some investigation, she's on the ethics investigation. I don't know if you know that or if you want to talk about that. That I know. But now, how you guys be paying? Because you told me if a situation like that occur, the city that you guys say that budget not balanced, and you guys are the same person that's also gonna pay the person legal fees. This doesn't happen in the private sector, and will never happen in the private sector.
Obviously, when the city was paying, for instance, our former mayor's legal bills for a little while, you'll remember that there was a charge against her not living in the city, and it went to court. And
Yeah.
we were paying her legal bills. I disagreed with that. I agree with you that if somebody is accused of something that's not in line with their job, that they should have to defend themselves. So nobody asked me at that time whether I would favor spending money to cover the mayor's legal bills. But it's a majority rule on the council, and I was one of the losing votes on that, if you will.
Now let me ask you a question. Are you aware of do you know, it seems like nous-mêmes personnellement, there's a lot of unhappy employees inside the city. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Yeah, I hear from some of them.
Because apparently it seems like there's people that have been there for years that do not have no raise, and they never get no promotion, and for some reason there's people that have ties with friends. This is not about you guys not looking into professionalism. You guys looking more into friendship. And then it seems like there's a lot of people calling me inside the city, okay, because I put it out there. And let me tell you something, I just put it out there, say, you know what, anybody that unhappy, that see fraudulent activities going inside city of North Miami to call me. Let me tell you this, you just don't know how many people texting me right now and telling me, as a matter of fact, I have a guy that just texted me and said, listen, Anderson, I've been in the city for 15 years. There's a guy that came in 6 months ago. I'm getting paid $15, and that guy that was there 6 months ago, we don't know the degree, getting paid $25 an hour. And I've been in the city for 15 years. How can you explain something like that? And are you aware of those things that's going on?
Yeah, I think I think very highly of our brand new city manager, Aleem Ghani. Aleem has been with the city about...
But he need to act fast. He need to do his job.
I agree. It takes a little bit of time, though, for him to come in and get his legs under him, so to speak. And think about it. It's a little bit chaotic over there at City Hall right now. Not only is he new in his position, but we don't have a full-time mayor. So we've got the election that's ongoing. You've got the fight with Mocha to try to keep the museum here. You got a lot of things that he has to try to wrap his head around really, really fast. So I have confidence going forward. He is going to stop the favoritism, the friends, the family, all of that stuff that's been going on. No more.
And then you know what? And I believe what's going to happen with you guys, with all these violations, and I believe you guys going to have a lot of lawsuits coming your way. And let me tell you, this is not going to be funny, because I believe there is a way for government to run. And this is what we see, that I see that missing a lot under City North Miami. Let me tell you this, you guys have a major issue when it's come to leadership, as far as I'm concerned.
It's going to get worse before it gets better, but I really feel like the building blocks for stability are finally here.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much, Scott. Let me tell you something. See, that's why I like talking with this guy, man. This guy gives you the thing just like the way this. You see, yeah, you're not lying for nobody. That's why I like him. Thank you very much, my friend. It was a great pleasure talking to you today. And let me tell you something. Keep in mind, the favor I ask you, those information that I need, work on it for me, because I need them for the community. The community need to know exactly where my sources are coming from, because that's your job. The same way you are transparent to your to your constituents, I'm glad the fact that you will do the same for the Haitian community. Thank you very much, my friend, and have a great day. Mwen fè nou konen an rezume ki sa li men pou moun ki pa ka komprendre, ki pa kompren lang blan. Ebyen, kesyon pose Scott Galvin, eske konen gen yon paket bagay kap fet malge korupsyon nan siti ya? Oui, li d'akor gen korupsyon nan siti ya. Avec komportou, li men li di pa aksepte the fact that, et pas li men, li pa aksepte le fact that on moun wap fè aksyon frauduleuse an dan siti ya, et puis se même siti ya ankon tou, ki pral paye avocat pou defon vie aksyon yo. Avec ankon tou li konen li admet ke gon paket employan dan siti ya, qui pas content Jean City a fonctionné. Il y a plein de mesdames et messieurs qui ont 15 ans de travail dans City, il y a maltraité moun yo, il y a bail leur job sous moun yo, moun qui pas même gen ken qualification, pas même connaît rien dans City, et bien son question de zamitaille. Imaginez y a pris zami yo mettez et puis kounya là, nèg moun qui te la grand moun haïtien bon. Y a pris avocat haïtien y a mettre blanc. Bon pas besoin de vous. Bon vérité Y a retiré Haïtien, y a mis black Américain. Hey, Mbaoul. This is the truth. But guess what though? When you do that to people, the city will pay the consequence. Parce que moun sa yo que, pas bien ici à gen loi. Moun sa yo que on va abuser, they're gonna have a lawsuit. Et mais yon nan bagay nou pa ka comprendre, mesdames et messieurs. Gen moun gen nou ap di kon sa, qu'est-ce que Anderson? Pour qui sont concernés comme ça dans City North Miami. Après nous poser question ça, Anderson, et qui on peut mettre comme ça? Believe me, honestly, let me tell you something. Not really. Because the community not really supporting my show. You see? Après back no you do show, I'm going to buy my show. Après le same guy, we go to tell parler de you. But guess what though? Here's my problem. Here's the reason why I'm so determined to make sure that city of North Miami do not become just like Opaloka. Let me tell you why. Why you think we have city of North Miami today? Sak for pense que nous get city of North Miami today. Because guess what? Because 54th Street is no longer, I would say, livable. That's why. The same people, même moun nou ek tap pale, qui tap di, oh, yon bati communautaire, c'est yon qui bati 54, c'est yon qui fait ceci, c'est yon qui fait cela, bagay, kota kad. Qui go organisation gen nan communauté à côté yo? Rien même. Eh bien, même moun sa yo fin krasé 54 là, because of gentrification, tellement de crimes dans 54, tellement pas gagné dans 54, tellement pas gagné dans communauté a, yo fin krasé communauté qui gen dans 54 là. Ou même qui malheureuse, ou fait tout effort que possible, pour capable de meilleure vie pour petit tout, parce que 54 là vient tout non war zone, et bien qu'on là, ou des jobs, ou gagne nous fait des jobs, gagne nous fait 3 jobs, pour capable sortir retirer petit nous dans 54. De 54 qui compte nous vient monter dans North Miami. Pendant qu'on vient dans North Miami qu'on là, eh bien même moun sa yo qui te fin craser 54 là, pige 54 là, qui fait gentrification dans take place, et puis qu'on est là qui compte courir, qui te 54 là pour yo, et bien guess what? C'est même moun sa yo tout, qu'on y a là tout qui vini entrer en dans City North Miami. Now, mais ça fait me concerner de communauté là. OK? Bon, là on vini, yo fin avec corruption, yo fin détruire North Miami. Ou même qui malheureuse, qui aime dans North Miami, qui compte au bradé. Mais qui l'autre site ou ka monter. You see? This is why. Si on pas dit exactement qui level corruption gagne, qui fraude qu'a fait en dedans, qui est-ce qu'on est capable de conséquences là, ou même capable de conséquences là, parce que les volé quoi dans city là, c'est comme taxpayer volé, guess what? Parlez quoi pour même pour faire promotion. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after these messages.
One candidate for property appraiser has an MBA, has been executive director at 3 South Florida valuation firms, and has valued over $3 billion in real estate in the last decade. You have the unique opportunity to elect a candidate that wants to serve and also has the experience necessary to serve. Vote for me, Carlos Goebel, to be your next property appraiser. Let's make sure that properties are not being overassessed. Punch number 67, Carlos Goebel.
Mes amis, c'est professionnel nous besoin. Carlos Goebel pour Miami-Dade Property Appraiser. Numéro Ponchi c'est 67. Numéro Ponchi c'est 67. Pour toute information, 305 986 24 28. On nous toutes mettez ensemble pour nous poncher 67 pour Carlos Goebel, Miami-Dade Property Appraiser.
I'm Carlos Goebel, and I approve this message.
Mesdames et messieurs, votez Carlos Goebel numéro 67 ou mettre votez et sur Samdoula votez Carlos Goebel numéro 67. Rapidement, enfin nous connaissons mesdames et messieurs, votez pour Dr. Smith Joseph numéro 101 et sur Samdoula votez avec encore tout pas prendre quel mani quel garçon qui a bien créé dans la radio, c'est tactique politique là ça. Pas qu'à faire de pitié pour moun de cas ou pas qu'à prendre chance encore. Nous pas qu'à prendre ce genre de point. Quand ça a crié, d'après ça me comprendre c'est prime yo aller dans tourner fait de l'eau saute dans jeu. C'est pas vrai. Manigé, pas prendre un bluff ça. L'invité nous dit ça carrément, mesdames et messieurs, votez Dr. Smith Joseph à full force. Et pas oublier chose ça qui patronné par Casolenton Robinson Law Firm, 305 381 6002, 305 381 6002, et pas oublier tout David Taylor Public Adjusting 754. Et pas, et encore on a casé, et encore oui, tout le monde qui est dans le site qui ouais bagarre là pas bon pour yo. Il a subi toutes sortes de fraudes, et bien, les Rotschill Anderson 305 922 3034. Meaning what? Don't even waste your time trying to find out who's giving me information. Because I have information all over the place. Because you guys have so many unhappy people working inside the city of North Miami. Guess what? Treat the employee right. Treat the people right. Then you're gonna see they will stand behind you. Meanwhile, all the unhappy people that work inside city of North Miami, if you want your voice to be heard, only one person that can do it. Only one man that stands for the whole community in a whole, that's against corruption. Rotschill Anderson, inside the business corner. Encore une fois, 305 922 3034. M'bap di ki yasouye, m'allez.
This is WLKY, Hollywood, Miami.
We got one. I will see you 1 minute late only today. Thank you. Do that every day. Right.
It's amazing what you can do online with a click these days. With just a click, you can watch a movie. With just a click,
Good man,
and now with just a click,
All in one now?
with FBS online home energy system, it's now easier to fast forward to personalized FBL.com/easy-to-save, and just click to change the current way you use energy and make your bill even lower.
The opinions and comments expressed on
That's
today's
good.
program
This
are
is
those of the
push
independent program, and not
Well,
necessarily
you know,
WLKY, its staff, or management.
Definitely not. Miss it.
Yeah, I know.
You can complain.
On the air.
Eh, bonjour.
We are on the top of the world because we are Calbas des ondes. Calbas des ondes, la plus belle émission du monde. You can't miss it.
Good choice.
Calbas